Good evening, everyone. I get to introduce Tealia Carriere, and I've got 2 sheets for her here. Tealia is a young and absolutely energetic and entrepreneur and a recent graduate of Nipissing University. She has a Bachelor of Business Administration. She is a social media executive with North Bay Business Women's Network, an Ignite North Bay volunteer extraordinaire, and currently runs Teals Entertainment, which consists of 3 divisions: Tickle Teals, Button Bag, and Teals Social Media Management. She is so passionate about young female entrepreneurs, and she noticed that gender stereotyping when she started her businesses and wondered if young women were facing the same. She wrote her honors thesis with Professor Natalia Brown, studying barriers women faced when starting a business here in North Bay, and it was looking for solutions and on how to fix that. And she is presenting her findings to you this evening. Please welcome Tealia Carriere.
So hello. So my name is Tealia Carriere, as Harry introduced. So I'm a young female entrepreneur, and I wanted to give some insight as some barriers that women face, specifically young women, and how do we go about fixing this. So like Harriet mentioned, so I started my first business, Tickle Teals, while I was in school. And I did that part-time, and I'm starting it full-time along with another startup. And I noticed there's a few things that I thought was just me suffering. So here's just one of the comments I got from my thesis. No need to complicate things by blaming gender roles or victimhood. Starting a business sucks for everyone. It's supposed to be hard. There are supposed to be barriers. Entrepreneurs with easy roads create bad businesses. And of course, that was given by a 20 to 29-year-old male student. So from my previous research, I found that all women suffer from pay gap, are less likely for a promotion, suffer from motherhood penalty. So I wanted to take my thesis, and what I wanted to kind of research was, are these barriers real here in North Bay? Are women more risk averse? And what opportunities are here in North Bay, and are they actually working? So some of my primary data that I did, I collected over 100 surveys. I'm pretty sure many of you in the audience had to complete it. It was roughly a 70-30 male-female ratio. I completed some interviews with successful women in North Bay and my personal experience. So my research, I actually found some very significant data. I used just to use some scientificness here in my presentation, a 2-tailed test, and I actually had a p-value of 0.003, which is very significant. So what did I find? I found that women are much more risk averse in terms of not wanting to take that risk, specifically age 20 to 29, because they lack that experience and the money to be able to take those risks. Women also don't feel accepted or comfortable at networking events. This was a comment I got over and over again in my research. They see that some networking events are seen as a boys' club, and there's that perception of because they're a woman, they're not seen as valuable. I also found that women have a great fear of failure, much more than men do, specifically age 20, 29. And it's because they lack that role model and they lack experience. They don't have that same support group that men have. So, and lastly, they also doubt their personal abilities. They don't have those role models and those people up there to tell them, hey, you are doing amazing. I did it, you can do it too. And because of that, they're not seeing and believing in themselves. So with all the issues that I raised, how do we fix this, North Bay? These are some pretty significant issues happening, and I really feel we need to fix this in order to get our economy, not just here in North Bay, but in Canada and around the world, fixed. So my role model is Arlene Dickinson. I've talked many times about her at other presentations, and she's my success story. We need more of those. We need more women coming out and saying, hey, I did it, you can do it too. We also need more mentorship programs, that one-on-one ability to say, hey, you're doing really great. here's my ideas and here's my advice from my experience that I can pass on to you. This is more common with men having mentors and having that mentorship and success story. We also need better policies and better programming. Currently, if there's a program being run for women, it's usually not written by women. So we need those programming that are specifically targeting women to be written and led by women. We also need public companies to have a certain number of women on their boards. There's many companies that don't have any women on their boards and therefore don't have a women's opinion on how a company will be run. So one of the things that we need to do also is to change our perception. This is the biggest thing. You're not alone in this fear. All entrepreneurs face this. Everyone, as we've heard from all across the presentations today, fear. And it is completely valid, but we need to accept this in our community. We need to hear that success story. So that's the logo for the Business Women's Network that I'm part of. And it really helps women come in and feel accepted and know that they can talk about their business and they're gonna have the same struggles as other women in that group. So I just wanted to do this slide being that these are role models that I look up to. These are women that I have personally talked to that are here in North Bay that we need to support and that I can talk to, and they give really amazing advice. And then last slide, I want you to go support these women. These are the young women in our community that have businesses. One of them presented already, and we have many of them in the audience today, and we want you to go present and help these women. These are the ones that need your support. Thank you.